Hi guys, today in this video I'll be showing you an unboxing of the 7Hz timeless AE and also review of the 7Hz timeless AE. I bought this with my own money from the audiostore.in here in India. I paid around 23,000 Indian rupees or around 280 US dollars. Neither 7Hz neither 7Hz, neither Angelears, neither nor the audiostore.in will have any input on this review, as I bought this with my own money, just to make this clear. And whatever impressions you'll be hearing is completely my opinion. They won't be getting this video or any early copy of this video to have any input on this review. So this is the IEM which I have, and this is the box which we get with that. Right, okay, and I'll just do a quick unboxing just to see what's inside, just to show you what's inside. So you open the box, and I love the small box because it decreases the footprint and also doesn't make it unnecessarily big without any reason, right? So I personally love it. So small box, you don't need it to be big if the IEM is good, right? And this is a small message which you get from the audiostore.in. I'll just show it to you. Right. So you can pause it and read it if you want to, right? You can pause it and read it, and I'll be keeping this aside, and this is the box. I'll be opening this. Goes over here. These are the assortment of ear tips you get, and I'll be talking about the ear tips in detail on the main review, so keep this in mind. And this is another set of ear tips. Spoiler alert, I do use these ear tips, like the Dunu SNS ear tips. I do use this, and I'll also tell the reason why I use this ear tips. And so if you don't know, the 7Hz timeless AE also comes with interchangeable jacks. These are the jacks. This is the 2.5, this is the 4.4, and this is the box inside. You also get your usual manuals and stuff, and also this is a spare filter, which I think is a nice touch. So if something happens down the line to your filter or earwax, so you can change it, right? And also you get this from 7Hz and Angelears, the store card. So nothing much, that's it. So I have kept it in this box. Let's get the IEMs out. Kept it in this box, and you can see what this is. Yeah, I'll talk about that in the future part of the video. So as of now, let's begin. Right, so yeah, this is the IEM, this is the box. So let's start the review. So talking about the 7Hz timeless AE IEM, they do come with an interchangeable cable, which you can twist it and open it and change the tips. So as of now, I'm using the 3.5mm termination. You can also change it to 2.5, and you can also change it to 4.4. I do think the cable is good. It's a bit stiff, right? It's not supple like some of the Tripoint cables or some of the other cables from Ho-Kago or other companies. So I do think the cable is good, but it's a bit stiff for my liking. And as to what this is a small plastic piece which I've jammed on the cinch. As to why I have done that, because let me focus here. As to why I have done that, because the cinch is practically useless in my opinion. It doesn't do anything, and so that's why I had to shove this so that you get a bit of a grip over here. So I do think the cinch is utterly useless, and I have to use this plastic piece jammed over this so that I can use it. I will be speaking about the ear tips, right? So the ear tips which it comes with is these ear tips, right? These black ear tips. As you can see, these are very narrow bore ear tips, very narrow bore. Let me focus. Yeah, as you can see, these are very narrow bore ear tips. So what happens is, when you get the IEM and listen to this with these ear tips, it's a very bassy sound, and I was a bit shocked about that. So because I didn't think it would be that bassy. What the bass you get from that IEM with these tips are very tedious bass. So if you like that kind of sound, obviously use them. But I did not want that. Although it's enjoyable in some songs like rap and hip hop and any other bassy songs or EDM songs. I do not like that kind of sound for all because of the variety of genres I listen to. So I had to change the tips. So now the tips which I love is these tips. These tips which you get inside the box is these tips. Now these tips, as you can see, has a straight kind of shape, and there's sort of a narrow bore, so it's very hard to fit in, but once it fits inside the IEM, the sound is really good. And by how I mean good is basically it improves the bass, it brings the mid a bit up, and also the treble region is brought a bit up, and most importantly what it does is it improves the sound stage a lot, because with these tips the sound stage is very narrow. This black tips which it comes with by default, the sound stage is very narrow and the bass is too much for my taste. So whatever testing I've done is with these tips. So now moving on to the IEMs. So I have used the largest tips for my largest tip. Yeah, so these are the IEM. These are 2-pin cable, and the cable, as I said, is quite good. But I do think it's stiff for my taste. It's not as supple as some triple-pin cable or Ho-Kago cable or some Dunu cables, right? The cable will be launched separately in future, I think so. 2 to 3 months time from now, it will be around $70 for the cable itself. Hi guys, one more thing I forgot to mention was that the comfort of these IEMs are really good. I love them. First, initially I thought they look quite big, so I thought I can't wear them for longer hours, but these are actually quite small, and I can wear them and sleep sideways because of their flat profile. That is a big plus for me because I do sleep with my IEMs, and also I have wore them for 5 to 6 hours of sessions without any issues of itching or anything on my ears. So that's about the comfort. I forgot to add this section, so I'm adding it now. What I used to test the IEM was my Razer DAC and also my Hifigo BTF5, the original model, and this is the cable. So I use it in Bluetooth and also in the wired mode via this cable. Now talking about the sound. This is my playlist on my secondary mobile, and also I'll be putting up a chart over here, a graph chart, so that you can have an idea how it looks like. So yeah, as you can see from the chart, it follows a basic timeless curve, and it brings up the treble a bit down and also the bass a bit up. How I would put these IEMs these are very good all-rounder IEM. Now let's talk about some songs, okay? So this is the Tank, the Cowboy Bebop OST. So in this when the song starts, there is this good kick drums, and there is this big bongo playing on the song, and I think so these sound very crisp. The bass is very crisp on the bongos. How do I say this? The attack and the decay of the bass is really crisp and punchy, but also it doesn't overpower so that it doesn't go into the mids, right? And also some 3 of the songs which I love listening to these IEMs are Firecracker by Yellow Magic Orchestra, Riding by Yellow Magic Orchestra, and also Technopolis by Yellow Magic Orchestra. These sounds awesome because these songs utilize the entire sound range from bass to mids to the treble, right? So you have to have something which can play all this equally. So I think the bass on the Riding is very crisp, is very how do I say this? Is very crisp, and also has a good attack, good decay, so that it doesn't overpower the treble region, it doesn't overpower the mids, right? And also when talking about the treble, when the treble region is playing, it doesn't, for me, at least for my taste, the treble region is not PSC. Flamingo by Kenshi Yonezu, and when I'm listening to this song, there is this awesome bass line at the starting, right? And that is, I think, so a good test for any earphones or any headphones out there, how the bass, the quality of the bass, right? And the quality of the bass you get from the 7Hz timeless is like a headphone. It's like a headphone sound from that. So when I was listening to this song for the first time, I was a bit shocked with these tips, obviously. Now, am I really listening to an IEM, or is it some speaker system? Because the soundstage and the bass when the first few seconds of the song plays, right, it's really awesome, and I think so it's something you have to experience if you get this IEM. Yuki by Remy Roman, and if you listen to this song in a on a IEM which can't bring out his quality or his smoothness of the voice, it really comes through this IEM. I mean, right? And and also his voice, along with other instruments playing in the background, his voice doesn't go on the background, it stays on the foreground. And I'm Fighting Black Cut Girl from the anime series Tenshai Sitara no Ken Deshita. Sorry for butchering that name, or Reincarnated as a Sword, the English name. Listening to this song, the experience is really good because the imaging you get is really awesome. So I think so this specific song is a good example of the punchy bass, a clear bass, a good treble, and also the imaging. So I think so the 7-Heart Timeless A does that very well. Goodbye Isaac by Hata Motohiro, and again Hata Motohiro's voice is a silky buttery voice, but this is a pop song, so it has a lot of instruments going on in them, and it's a test for the whole sonical range, and again this does very well for that. This song by Yoasobi, this again has a very good starting bass line with sort of an electrical instrument playing, which plays very good on the treble region. So when you're listening to that, it's very enjoyable. You just jam on that song, right? And that's the quality of this IEMs are. When you listen to this, you just jam. You just forget about everything and just jam. I think so that's a very good thing. When I was listening to this cheap IEM, it sounds very tinny. It sounds very it sounds very meh, and you don't enjoy the song. But Nelson's on the road again, as I'm talking about his voice, his mids. Sometimes I do feel in his song that the voice using even these tips, is that his voice a bit on the background, right? And the bit on the background. I would like it to be a bit more forward, but that's not the case. Maybe Vanilla Ice. When you're listening to this song, there is this bass riff going on, and also this treble. So this the bass happens on the left, and the treble happens on the left and the right, and it shifts left and right, and I think so that song also plays very well. But anyways, talking about this is a live recording of the song, and soundstage is magical. It's fantastic because when you're hearing all the instruments, it's coming from left, it's coming from right, it's coming from front, so you can understand that. And when the audience are cheering, you can also get that they are on the background properly. Like, the soundstage is really good. Also the imaging of the song is also really good. Really good. I'm sorry I'm praising this IEM so much, because one thing I don't like is in some part, as I said, when the sonic range is on the mids, sometimes I do feel it's a bit lacking. It's a bit sometimes I don't enjoy that, and that specifically happens with male vocals. The female vocals are really good on this, but male vocals, it doesn't have that. Now, talking about this song Mukanjio by Savai Said the Prophet, when I'm listening to the starting section of the song from the single, it sounds a bit on the background, right? I would want it to be a bit more forward, but that doesn't happen. The entire instruments take over it, so that's a bit. It happens only in some song with male vocals, not in all songs, right? As I said in Remy Roman's Konna Yuki, that sounds fantastic, but in some songs with male vocals, it doesn't. It sounds a bit on the background. Now, not very tuned. This entire jazz album is like, it sounds really good. It sounds like intimate. It sounds like you're sitting on a bar and you're having a sip of whiskey, or you're having a your favorite drink and listening to this. This sounds really good, and it's really awesome. Talking again about Ryo Fukui's Scenery album, when you're listening to this, you're getting the same feeling. You're getting the same intimate feeling. You're getting this warm sound, and you really feel like as you're listening it to it live, and Ryo Fukui is playing for you in a private session. So again, I'm sorry, really I'm praising this IEM a lot. As I said, there are only a few negatives of the IEM. The mids in some songs which has male vocals is it sounds a bit on the background. I would like it to be more forward, as I said. And female vocals are really awesome. Keisha's TikTok, when I'm listening to this song, her voice is very good. It sounds as intended. One more thing I forgot to tell was that I did watch a movie, a couple of episodes, and some YouTube videos, and while listening to that, I did find it quite enjoyable as usual, because the soundstage again is really good, the imaging is also really good, and it has a proper bass response and treble response for most videos. Obviously the video should be produced properly, especially in terms of audio, so that time will be even more better. Like, for example, I was watching Top Gun. While watching Top Gun, because it has a lot of planes moving from left to right and right to left, the original Top Gun, it was really good listening to the audio of that movie from these earphones. So I was listening via the BTR5 in the wired mode, so I did have the best experience. So I think so even for multimedia experiences, this is quite good, so you can watch. Yeah, this is my review of the 7-Hertz Timeless A. I'm sorry if I rambled a lot, showing songs and showing all these things. This is my first video, so again, I'm sorry again. And this is the box. I forgot to show you the box. Box is okay, it's short for this IEM, you know, you can't wrap it around and keep it, so I don't use this box, although it's a good box. You can pocket it, you can wrap the IEM. I don't want to use it, so I use this box which I bought from Amazon for around I guess $2-3. It's really good, you know, you can just chuck in the IEM, close it, done. So I use this box, and also this is flat, so it goes inside my pocket well. And I use a razor DAC with this, so I can just put it over here with my terminations, and I can have a small travel setup. Also the gear I used was, as I said, BTR5. I use it with the 2.5 termination, and I use it via the wired mode. And I would say a good DAC really good DAC really takes this a long way. Why I say that is, I can listen to this in my phone's headphone jack without any issues, this IEM. But when you pair it with an Hifigo BTR5 and you use a balanced output, it gives it more power. And I think so everything goes up, it sounds a bit more better, like the bass, like the mids, like the trebles, right? So I would say, if you do have a good DAC or a decent enough DAC, do use it. Do not be shy for it. And even I think so even a simple Apple dongle will also be good for this. But if you can get something like the Moondrop Dawn, I'm pretty sure they will also be good for this. Yeah, as I said, to wrap up the review, I really do like this IEM. Do not use supply tips with this, like this black supply tips which comes inside the box. Change it to this Dunu kind of SNS kind of rip-off tips, I think so. These are not Dunu SNS, these are kind of a rip-off of the Dunu SNS tips, if I'm not wrong. Do use that. It improves the bass, it improves the treble, it brings up the mids, it also improves the sound stage. And the box, I do not use the box, I do not like the box, although it's a good quality box. The magnet is too weak, and I cannot pocket it, so I use my own which I bought from Amazon. It's a thin box. It's around $3-4 odd, at around 300 or 400 rupees, Indian rupees. So I use that box. And don't be shy to use a DAC. Use a DAC. You don't need to have a Hifigo BTR5. This is quite expensive at $110 or something like that. You can even use a Moondrop Dawn balanced 4.4. I think so it'll sound really good. And yeah, this is a really good IEM, but really good IEM. I think so the only issue is the mids in some songs with male vocals being back, and also to use the not to use the stock tips, but rather these tips, right? And again, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. I'm not a professional reviewer by any means, so I'm sorry if I've rambled on for a lot. And thank you for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, ask me in the comment section. I hope you have a great day. Bye.